Welcome to Make It Your Business, the podcast. Get the advice you need to grow your business by getting guidance from industry experts and interviews with successful small business owners. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe.
Morning.
Good morning.
Here we are again.
Episode 7.
7. I'm glad you'll keep it. What's on your mind today?
So today I think we're talking about how to get more customers
Okay, yeah.
and different ways you can acquire customers, different methods for the small business owner.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because not necessarily the forgetting of customers. I think the difficult part for most small businesses is carving the time out to acquire customers instead of doing whatever service they do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a problem I see from all businesses really is, making the time, setting a slice of your day or your week aside actually for these.
Because a lot of small business owners, like you say, they've got many hats and they'll be busy doing other things, trying to get the business running and, doing the day-to-day managing of a business. Then to take some of their time to proportion off to do marketing or, to do something to try and acquire more customers, like they just don't have the time for it. So it's...
No, I mean, it's two things in my mind. One is, yes, discipline. Mm-hmm. I mean, some people just need to understand that if you want to run a business, there are certain tasks. You have to pay your VAT on time, you have to pay your people on time. One of those tasks, whether they understand it or not, is setting aside time to acquire customers. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing. There is a degree of discipline. The second thing is what? I mean, when I speak to people, I'm always of the mind that, look, pick the lowest hanging fruit.
Yep.
Now, okay, I'm biased, but marketing is definitely up there. Mm-hmm. Now, it's really hard to talk to people because I do believe if you came to me with a plumbing business versus, say, a florist versus, I don't know, building contractors, an e-commerce store, I'd actually probably tell you to start at different points.
Okay.
But as a general, let's talk about customers. So you've got inbound and outbound, essentially. Mm-hmm. I try to explain, keep it literal. Inbound, when you do something that allows customers to come to you. So whether that's place an ad, old school Yellow Pages was at that point.
Yeah.
But, whether it's, the Facebook adverts, the social media, and then you've got the outreach.
Yes.
So as a small business, it's really, as I say, it doesn't have to be expensive, but you do have to be purposeful with it. Mm-hmm. So the easiest thing, I tell you what, so we acquired a business in March this year, so 6 months ago. So let me talk about what we did in what order there.
Okay.
So the first thing we did was essentially keep our customers. Yeah. So by that I mean a lot of businesses. We took over and they do coach building. The customer came in, they acquired. Great job, great workmanship. Goodbye. Never see you again. There was no sort of environment for them to maintain them.
Okay.
So very, very quickly we introduced sort of a newsletter. Mm-hmm. Now if you are not au fait or don't want to get into sort of digital newsletters, that could be, keeping a list on your computer and writing hand notes or an email or a text but basically whenever you've got news. Mm-hmm. The second thing we did was the social media side.
Yep.
We actually opened some channels. It's free, especially if you're local. Mm-hmm. It works very, very well. Again, very quick to do. It's more about consistency. And again, I'm going to say this, like quality is number one, quantity. But when you're a small business, I've got a real squeaky chair today, haven't I? It's more about consistency than anything. Yeah. I would rather see my local butcher post once a week consistently a low quality video that they've shot and not edited, the once a month. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Then we moved into gaining reviews. Once we'd set the review cycle in, and really dead simple, we put up a little poster that said, had a good job, can we have a review? And then when someone left, we asked for it. I am building to the punchline. I know this is going a long way around. Then we built the website.
Yeah.
So we actually put the easy plays in first.
Okay.
And then we did, once the website was live, then we did the Google My Business page. And again, you could argue you could do that first. Very simple. But we wanted to get our ducks in a row first.
Yep.
So from that, I mean, this is a very boring list of what I did.
Yeah.
Let me get to the point there. We started with what was free,
Yep.
what was quick, what was easy, because then they were wins. Get a few wins under our belt. Then we look at, things like the Google AdWords, the social media, advertising, because those are essentially then when you are paying to acquire a customer.
Yep.
So they are actually inbound rather than outbound, but you're putting assets and content and information out there for clients to find, to then come and find you. But we felt we needed our eggs in a row first.
Yep.
Eggs, ducks. The phrase is ducks in a row, isn't it? I'm sure it is. Eggs in a row. Yeah, you can get that on the outtake.
Yeah. So would you say the easiest way to increase sales is to engage existing customers?
Yes, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is why we did that first, because there's money on the table.
Okay.
There's upsells, there's repeat revenue.
Yep.
When I'm talking to people, they'll give me an example of something, and I'll tell you off the bat what I think.
Okay. Bookstore.
Bookstore. Oh, that's easy. Everyone knows how Amazon works. But you are a local bookstore.
Yeah.
But you could, as you say, sell online.
Yeah.
You can go boutique-y with that and wrap the books up. You can pick several titles that genres together with a ribbon, sell them on Etsy.
Yeah.
You can create almost like a loan situation where if they buy a book, they can part exchange it
Yeah.
back within a period of time for another book.
Okay.
Discounts.
Yeah.
Obviously, you then look at joining. So a lot of people, when they think about their Facebook side, I know this has become a Facebook talk now, but they think about them and what they're doing and what they can show the world.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the most powerful things you can do as a small business owner is go and find the groups, like Book Lovers UK, Bookworms, mother and child books. They're all. I've just made those up, but they're out there, and you can get involved in those communities.
Yeah.
And that's essentially the modern day networking, isn't it?
Yeah.
But from your phone, from your computer, answering questions, being helpful, providing your bio leads back, you will be found.
Yeah.
Now, the net reach is wider. So again, you get more benefit if, say, you were a bookshop that sold online. But we know how easy it is today to set up a website
Yeah.
and get selling those items.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's just getting traffic to that website, making sure that everybody can see, whatever you're selling or service you're providing.
So yeah, as I say, we've gone around that a very long way. So yeah, if I can sort of solidify my thoughts, I would say carve off some time, dedicated time, Thursday morning, 9 till 12, whatever that looks like, 1 hour an evening. So have purposeful time as if it is any other action for your business.
Yep.
Start with the lowest hanging fruits, the quick, easy wins. Joking. I've lost my chain of thought now. God, I'm overthinking it. What's not going to
Start with the lowest hanging fruits
Yeah.
and then engage with existing customers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll go back to it.
Yeah.
You can do some sort of magic cut here, can't you? Excellent. Yes, carve off your time.
Yep.
Dedicate your time for finding customers. Start with your free, low cost. You're posting on socials,
Yep.
getting involved with the groups. Your clients all hang in one area. Keep your existing clients engaged. Whether that, even if you believe they're one-off purchases,
Yeah.
you can still get them engaged. They may want sub-products. They may want some type of repair, service, maintenance. There may be additional products that that type of clientele would buy.
Okay. Yep.
And you don't have to have all that figured out. But the point is, if you're keeping them engaged, normally with a newsletter, but it could be SMS, Facebook, group. And then once you've got all those, then go on your offense.
Yeah. Because you've already built your trust with those existing customers and they know, the sort of services or products you provide.
So you're 80% the way of a recurrent client because they've
Yeah.
already made the first purchase. Provided you didn't mess that up, making the assumption whatever product or service is good,
Yeah.
they're going to need that product or service again or a sub of that. So I think, a lot of people miss that trick.
Okay.
It's an interesting one. So do you remember we were looking at that client the other day with the cart abandonment stuff? Mm-hmm. That really was interesting to me because, as you know, somewhere, somebody abandons their cart, they got to buy something, they got busy, the baby screamed, the dog barked,
Yeah.
they had to go to work. And then we create a set of systems that then emails and go, hey, you forgot this. And the results were staggering, weren't they? Was it like 12%
Yep.
of abandoned carts
Have been recovered.
engaged?
Yeah.
And although a different subject, I think it's a very similar-esque. I would almost bet my hat that you could easily get 12% of your past clients
Yeah.
to re-engage in some type of purchase, providing you're offering this,
Yeah.
that service.
Because a lot of companies don't do that, do they? Once you've bought from them, that's it. You never hear from them again. But obviously, if you do reach out to them and say, hey, by the way, we also offer these services or these products, then, your customers that you've interacted with might not necessarily have known that you offer these extra things.
And do you know what it is? It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard being a small business owner. You've got a situation where you wake up every morning thinking about your business, thinking about your clients, thinking about your to-do list.
Yep.
And to have the mindset and discipline to go, right, no, today or this particular section of my day is going to be for getting clients. And sometimes it's not instant gratification, is it?
Yep.
So that when they could be, say it's a motor mechanic business, they're like, well, okay, I can go on Facebook and try and answer questions for people. Or Bob's karting and he really wants to pick it up. I'll do Bob's exhaust or windscreen or whatever that. That's the natural because technically they're trying to help their clients as much as possible, but they're forgetting they need to help themselves to help their clients because they need the constant revenue coming in, don't they?
Yeah.
Pay the bills to keep the services low cost by spreading that across more work, etc., etc. So it's very difficult because I don't know that when I speak to people that are new into business and you say sales, that's probably a generational thing. It's probably, I think sales resonates with like, I'm going to get told off now by second-hand car sales. That's a lot of 80s. Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean? So they say sales and they think, like Matilda. Do you remember the dad name of Matilda? Have you ever seen that film? Wormwood, I think.
Yeah.
Something Wormwood. Yeah. It is like the sort of stereotypical negative genre.
Yeah.
But honestly, sales is quite a dirty word to people. I've done sales all my life. I believe every business owner is in sales. I could argue every person is a salesman. You always having to sell yourself job interviews, partners, relationship interactions. But the point being is if people have got that negative, then they avoid it. But yes, sales can be as easy as putting yourself out there, re-engaging. Hey, Bob, I know you were last year for, insert your service. Did you know we now offer insert your service number 2?
No.
A percentage of people will come back.
No. One thing that's worked really well with us, and I'd like to brush on it quickly, is recommendations. So in our company, we get a lot of people referring us to, similar businesses, and we'll get businesses reaching out to us and saying, hey, we've spoken to Paul down the road. He suggested, we need some more business, more customers. He's suggested that, we get in touch with you guys. But it's a powerful thing, and it's, if someone gets referred, then they've already got that, the trust element has almost been overcome because a lot of people, if you recommended them to me somewhere, I'd be like, you recommended it. So, So if immediately the trust or the potential, risk to get conned or scammed or whatever it is gone. And, you can help as a business by, incentivizing that,
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I was also talking to the other day, I think it was Darren. We both know Darren.
Yep.
And we were talking about, essentially recommend a friend, isn't it? And he was like, oh, how do I get more? How do I get more? And it sounds ridiculously stupid. The answer is just ask them. Like, there's so many businesses that they go, oh, well, I don't have a recommend a friend scheme. I don't have this complex, but it's just ask them.
No.
You know, you can do that verbally.
No.
A certain percentage of those will land. Something physical works, normally a piece of paper, you know, recommend a friend scheme.
Yeah.
And as you say, the real lesson on the cake is incentivization.
Because it does work with a lot of industries, doesn't it? You take, you know, electricians, for example. It's like, you know, if someone says to you, like, oh, do you know a good electrician? You know, if you've used someone and, you know, like you trust them, then you'd recommend them.
Yep.
So
Huge returns there. But yeah, no, okay, so we go back to the point we were making, which is a lot of small business owners don't carve the time out
Yep.
and have some sort of negative embarrassment or emotion connected to just ask.
No.
Ask your existing client, keep them in a community. You know, if you do dry cleaning in, you know, Birmingham or dry cleaning in Bognor Regis,
Yep.
you know, you can put all types of social community stuff around that, and leverage that for, as you say, special offers,
Yep.
incentivizations. So that went off on a different tangent than I thought this conversation was going, but
Yeah.
I think it's interesting to think through, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, I've got to get back to work.
Cool.
See you later.
All right. Cheers for that.